What are some words that you used for things when you were younger and you couldn't say the real names?
When I was a little girl, I had a blanket, and I couldn't say blanket, so I called it my Mimi.
What are some words that you learned because you started school?
When I went to tech school, I took a medical terminology class, and I learned a lot of new words in that class. A couple of them are erythema or afebrile.
Mm-hmm. What are some words that you use when you were my age that people don't usually use now?
Video, or like a VHS tape. It's not very common now.
What are some words that you had learned for a new invention?
Internet, or tweet, or the mouse that we use with our computers.
How has language changed for your family as they moved from place to place?
I haven't moved at all. I've lived in the same town my whole life. But sometimes when I travel, I would notice that people would say soda, and I always used to call it pop. So I try to call it soda now because that seems more of the norm.
Have any members of your family lived in a different state or country?
No other country, but your dad grew up in Florida.
Mm-hmm. What are some words they used in those places that they do not use now?
Grits. He used to go to a restaurant and order grits, and we don't see that around here.
Mm-hmm. How has language caused change in your family?
When you and your sister were little and you couldn't talk yet, we would sometimes use sign language to communicate with you. For example, we use this to say more.
Mm-hmm. Have you had any experiences with language that changed you?
There was this one time I had a patient on the ambulance who was deaf. And it was very difficult to communicate with them because I didn't know a lot of sign language. And so I learned that communication is extremely important.
Mm-hmm. Have you heard any special words in a poem or song that have changed you?
I really like the saying, "Don't wait for tomorrow because it may be too late." And that's a good one, I think.
Have you heard a story that helped you to change or make a decision?
The little engine that could. It taught me to never give up.